What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Top 5 coin making methods currently in the game. If you're new around here, don't be afraid to subscribe, and let's not waste any time. Before we have to do a summary of basically my account, how I got these coins. You're gonna see 2.9 mil, have about 3.1 when a couple of my last cards sell, as well as an 89 overall team that's worth over 5 mil. So brief summary, I am no money spent. If you want to know how my no money spent journey, I do upload every single day basically an updated video on how I'm making my coins, upgrades to my team, as well as gameplay, weekend league, etc. I will have a episode, I believe 37, out probably a couple hours after this video, but let's get right into it. First though, as well, I want to go over some brief terminology that we are going to be using a lot in this video that you are going to need to understand. The first one being training, or coin per training. Basically means how much one training point costs in terms of coins. For example, right now the coins per training kind of ratio is about 38 coins per each training. So for example, if you have an 85 overall that quick sells for 710 training, if you buy it for 27,000, you simply do 27,000 divided by the number of how much training you get, and you will get the exact number of coins you get per training point. So that's going to be used a lot in this video. If you want to know the lowest training prices, etc., I'll put the MutGG link in the description. They always have the updated prices in terms of best training transition or ratio for quick sells, as well as I'll put a I think either a tweet or a picture of all the training prices per overall. You want to get those, you want to get those memorized, but if you don't have them yet, if you don't know what they are, I will throw a link in the description that will help you take a screenshot on your phone or whatever to help you out. But let's not waste any time. Coming in at our honorable mention, we are going to have the get a player pack method, also known as the gap pack. But it's very simple. 500 coin pack, you get a 62 plus overall player. This method is basically for your budget. If you have probably, I'd say, less than 50k, even really less than 10k, if you want to do this, it basically is a no risk method, as you'll never really lose coins. You want to sell power ups, and then you want to move the low silvers and high silvers into either a superstar exchange pack or just a simple low gold pack. If you pull low golds or high golds, I would suggest maybe keeping them. Next week we have team diamonds. I'm currently hoarding a bunch of low golds and high golds and not selling, but I am selling the power ups. You see I pulled Carl Banks, Justin Fields, and a little batch of 10 that I just did, and I basically made my coins all back on the first pack. But basically no risk method. Costs, I'd say your budget, you need at least 10,000 to start doing this. And then the sets that you want to exchange it, the superstar exchange set is not bad. I believe it's 562 to 69 overall silvers and 170 to 74 gold, and you get a 74 to 79 superstar player. So if you want high golds, or basically to try to make them into low elites, I say that's the best method. And then the just simple exchange from low silver to high silver to low gold. If you pull power ups, maybe many fullbacks I go for a lot, or maybe cards on a theme team like Bucks, Lions, Raiders, Cowboys, they might go for a little bit. But pretty much a no risk method that will in the long run give you not a ton of coins, but a good staple, good income of coins. But let's move on to number 5. We are going to have the team builders set / method. Very simple. The set requires 3 elite players, 80 to 82. Of course, they're going to be 80s, and 3 players, 75 to 79. For the 80 overall elites, we're going to be targeting Campus Heroes, Team of the Weeks, and Core Elites. You're going to want to buy them at about 6,800 coins. Of course, if you're patient, of course, on every purchase you make, if you're patient, you're probably able to get them for a little cheaper. But 6.8k for the 80 overalls, and then for the golds, you're going to want to actually look at Ultimate Kickoff, 75 to 79s, filter all offense, all defense, and you should be able to get them for 1,900 or less. In this video, I'm just planning them for 2,000 because I don't want to sit there for 5 minutes each time, but you should be able to get them for 1,900 each, and it requires 3. So you add the 6.8 times 3, the 1.9 times 3, and the set is going to cost about 26,000. And then in order to make the profit, you're going to need to either go on the market or use MutGG, as you see, and we're going to look at the most expensive team builder. And right now I'm targeting Ravens Pernell McPhee. He's about 35k. The reason I'm doing Ravens is because Marcus Peters came out, their theme team is on the rise, so basically any Ravens card right now is selling a little faster. You're going to see Pernell McPhee's 35k. We are going to choose him. I'm actually going to be listing for about 39.9 because the cheapest one up is 36k. resulting in about 5,500 profit. This method is very simple. In terms of buying the cards for the set, probably takes 2 minutes. In terms of selling them, Pernell McPhee sold in about 5 minutes, but when we be more like honest, realistic, it probably takes around, I'd say, no more than 15 minutes if they are the cheapest up. Be patient with your sales. Don't, if Pernell McPhee one comes up for 31,000, don't list it for 30,000. Just wait and eventually sell it for 35,000. But quick summary, takes 380 overalls, 375s. You buy the 80 overalls at 6.8k, 75s at 1.9. The set cost is 26k. The total return with tax, if you sell a team builder at 35k, is 5,500 profit. This should not take long. The budget for this method, I'd say you should be doing this method if you have under 100 to 200k. Make some quick coins. If you have some 80 overall elites or 75, 79 golds that are not, this is the best way to turn those into just straight coins. So coming in at number 5, we are going to have team builders. Moving on to number 4, we are going to have the Rising Stars reroll method. Now, currently at this exact moment, the method is really not worth it, as Rising Stars prices are a little low, and training is decently low, but Rising Stars method, the Rising Star prices are low, so you might have to wait. All these methods 1 through 4 are really interchangeable. It's all about what the prices currently are for the cards. But getting into it, the Rising Stars reroll pack costs 4,000 training. If you want for training prices what you want to buy, I'd say 91s, I think it's 266k. 87s for about under 57k. You see, I'm going to buy one for 55,000. Of course, if you want to take your time, of course, if you spend the less amount on the snipes, you will make more through the pack. And the 89s, I think, at about like 120,000. In the graphic later, you'll show you the exact prices. But basically, you are just going to want to re-roll. Well, not re-roll because you don't quick sell the cards, but you can see Waddle, ETN are probably the 2 biggest L's. I'd say right now on the screen, you see, you could sell them for about 145k. Diablo goes for anywhere from 145 to like 150. Right now, the prices are really low. I really don't recommend doing this currently, but maybe tomorrow Rising Stars prices are up. And then as well, Surtain and Wilson are about 210 each. But you can see I did this method yesterday, my no money spent video. I opened 53 Rising Star rerolls, and you can see I was selling Surtains for 230, 240, Wilsons for 240, 250, even to 90 at one point. Diablos were going for about 160, and then Waddle and ETN were going for about 150 to 160. But it's currently all about if the Rising Stars go down, or if training goes down, or if Rising Stars rise back up. Right now, at this exact moment, it's not really worth it. The methods above this will be more profitable at the current moment. But as you can see, in yesterday's no money spent, I opened 53 Rising Stars packs. I pulled 15 Surtains, 15 Diablos, 8 Wilsons, 7 Waddles, and 8 ETNs, which was really profitable. And in total, I think that's about 53 packs. I don't know the exact number, how much it cost, but I ended up making about 200, 300k through all those packs. It's really all about when you sell the Rising Stars. You can see the packs in the background. It's basically all about when you sell. I wouldn't hold too many cards overnight because you never know if the market, because last night, Surtains are going for 250. I woke up this morning, they're going for 210. So you don't really want to keep cards overnight. You want to sell, mostly try to sell everything you have before you go to bed and list overnight. But currently into a summary, 4,000 training, the pack in coins toss. To find out how much it costs, you're just going to take the training that you got, let's say 38 training, you're going to times that by 4,000, and you'll get the exact cost of the pack, which will be right now 152,000 coins for the pack. Of course, to buy training, I target 87s at 57k under, 90s 193, 91s at 266, and 89s for 120. And for the budget, I have 500,000 plus. This is really for your high rollers in terms of making coins, because you don't want to have, let's say, 200,000 coins and you do this method, because if you just do it once and you happen to pull one of the 3 L's and you lose about 20,000 coins in the pack, you're kind of screwed and you might not be able to do it again. So I realistically want you to have about 500,000 coins or more to put into these sets, so you can pull 3 or 4 or 5 of these packs, and you're probably going to get either a Wilson or a Surtain to at least break even. Of course, you have to pull the Surtain and or Wilsons to make money. Currently right now, would not do this, but maybe tomorrow Surtain goes back up to 250, Diablo goes back up to 160, and Wilson's back up to 240, and this will be profitable. I showed all the amount of times I pulled Surtain and listed him, and he was selling for 250 yesterday when the set was only costing 160. Right now, don't do the don't do this pack, don't re-roll for these Rising Stars, but maybe tomorrow always adjust to the prices on the market, adapt. You have to adapt in the market. If rising stars go up and maybe we'll see heavyweights go down, do rising stars. Rising stars goes down and you maybe have cards in your binder. Just be patient about selling. But that's going to be number 4. In any, maybe yesterday rising stars could have been number 1, but today it's going to be number 4 just because the prices are so low. Coming in at number 3 is the 80 overall plus Campus Hero reroll pack for 460 training. I'm not going to show me like the best. You already know the prices you want to get each overall at for 38 training, the current rate. But if it ends up being 38 coin per training, the pack itself will cost 17,500. Now the players you get in the pack, you either get an 80 overall Campus Hero or an 89. The 80 overall, so you want to sell at about 7.3 or 7.2, which ends up getting you 6.6k after tax, and then the 89s will sell for 140k, and of course that is 126k after tax. Now when you buy training at 38 coins per training, in order to make back your coins or break even on the set, you have to pull an 89 about 1 in every 10 basically rerolls, because the max loss you get if you pull an 80 overall, you will lose about 10.8k in the pack. You're going to see some packs in the background. And then the max gain you get with an 89 is 108k profit in straight tax. You take the 17.5k minus it by 126, you get 108k tax. So you need to pull 189 in every 10 packs. You will see I will be pulling an 89 Mike Pouncey. I think I pulled 8 or 9 packs, so I basically broke even, made a little bit. Now in every reroll set, I'm not the biggest believer in the low overall to high overall, like high varied overall change reroll sets, but this set's good because you can't get basically like a 70 overall. In the ultimate cutoff, you can get a 70 overall that goes for 2,000. In this one, you're guaranteed to get back at least 6k, so you only lose 10,000 coins max per L, and then the max gain is 108,000, of course being you need to pull 189 in every 10 Campus Hero rerolls. I have the budget set to 200,000 because unfortunately with this method, when you pull all those 80 overalls, your auction house, you only have 20 spots, so it is going to take a while. Like you can't just list up 180 overall cards and they'll sell in an hour. Like you have to wait your turn in court for the 80 overalls to sell. So I have the budget set about 200k because you can't really roll like a mil in these packs, and then it'll take a long time to sell the 80 overalls. So the budget is 200k. You can't really do this again. I would not recommend doing this with 50k, because if case you just spend 50k in training, you roll the packs, you don't get anything, you're 0 coins. I would suggest having 200k plus to do this, so you're at least able to make back 100k minimum, so you can do the method again. But as always, the reroll methods are going to be all luck. You pull 1, you make break even. You pull 2, you make profit. You pull 0, you make none. I would recommend doing this method when training is the cheapest and maybe the Campus Hero 89s are going for the most expensive. Of course, always check the market, adjust to the prices of each basically level, or not level, like varied training, varied 89 overall market prices. But that's going to be all for the number 3, the Campus Hero reroll. Coming in at number 2 on the top 5 list for coin methods, we have training investing. Now this is probably the most complicated and not really risky, most complicated, low risk, high reward way of making coins, and it all has to do on the days you buy training, and then when you use that training to re-roll, basically to re-roll heavyweights, rising stars, Campus Heroes, the best re-roll methods as seen in this video, to sell and turn them into coins. You're going to see on the screen GG on the prices, the scale of basically the chart on which training when it goes down, when it goes up. You're going to see on this last Tuesday, training went all the way down to 36k based off the team of the week kind of market crash, and then the next day went all the way up to 43. Now we're not going to buy training, you can't just sell training for coins. The way we put training into coins, as you've seen in this video, are the reroll methods, either heavyweights, rising stars, or Campus Heroes. But to show a good example, actually not, let's wait for the good example. We're going to go into the content day schedules, when to buy, when to sell. You're going to see buy days are going to be Saturday for legends. Of course, when the best legends come out is probably the best day to buy training. Last week was Jerry Rice and Mike Haynes, which were some good legends to buy. The week before though was like Larry Zonka and a terrible legend, so the training didn't really go down. And then right now it seems to be team of the week Tuesdays make the market crash, with the sell days being Monday for the Saturday training. So you want to basically re-roll heavyweights rising stars, etc. on Monday and sell those cards, and then Wednesday for the Tuesday training investment because of the new Wildcard Wednesday packs. Now, this last week, basically, as you see by the content schedule, you have nothing on Sunday, nothing on Monday, but a Team of the Week teaser. Tuesday, you have Team of the Week. Wednesday, Wildcard Wednesday. Thursday is kind of a dead day, just limiteds. And then Friday is promo day, which is still good, but it's not as good as Legend release Saturday in terms of training because the Legend packs give out 87 and 85s, and 89s, which are the best training to buy. Now, moving on into a perfect example of this last week on my No Money Spent channel. By the way, if you want to know what I'm investing basically on the exact day, subscribe. I upload No Money Spent every day. You'll see exactly what either rerolls I'm doing or investing in terms of training. But this last week on Tuesday, the Team of the Week market crashed the training, basically overall market, and you can see I invested 62k training at 36 coins per training, which equals 2.2 million invested, as well as I had 100k. And then Wednesday night, after I sold everything, all my rising stars, all the heavyweights I came back with 2.9 million in return, so a 600k increase, basically just for buying training for 30 to 45 minutes on Tuesday at its lowest, and then taking the whole day, well, not like the whole day in terms of just sitting and listing, but taking the day to sell back the rising stars and heavyweights over the course of Wednesday to get a 2.9 million return. It was basically the perfect example of how to invest in training. Now, the best ways to sell, as you see, have been the reroll methods, but rising, and the thought process basically behind this was the Team of the Week crash. I knew rising stars are coming out on Wednesday, and rising stars are normally the best release in the wildcard Wednesday cycle. I knew training would basically couldn't go any lower. It's why this method is great, because you basically buy training at its lowest point, and it only can go up, so you're really not risking anything. The luck really has nothing to do with it. The only luck is how good your pulls are in the reroll method, but technically it's basically a no risk method, and you're gonna want to be basically observant. Follow Madden on Twitter, see when they're like dropping content. You don't want to necessarily buy, like, you don't want to buy training on, let's say, Wednesday when it's at its highest, when you know Friday there's going to be a promo drop and the training is going to drop. Same thing for like buying. You don't want to buy Thursday. You could buy Friday, but you got to know that Saturday Legend training is probably going to drop even more. Same with, you don't want to buy training like Monday night when there's nothing out, training is at its highest, and then Team of the Week drops and training is going to drop by 10 points or so, go from 45 coins per training down to 36 coins per training like this last week. But in terms of like upcoming huge market crashes, I'm predicting or saying Team Diamonds are next week. We don't know the exact day. It's probably either going to be Wednesday or Friday, I'd say. I don't really know when Team Diamonds will drop because they're not in the normal promo, but maybe next Friday look to target to buy training when Team Diamonds drop and the market is just going to inevitably crash, and then kind of hold for a couple of days and maybe sell before the Team of the Week content comes on. It'll be Team of the Week 3, but that is going to be number 2, training investment. If you want me to make a more in-depth video on this, because it's a little more it's hard to explain in terms of like a 5-minute clip of training investment, let me know down in the comments below. But that's going to be number 2, training investing. And finally, coming in at number 1, this is my baby, the heavyweight reroll methods as of Thursday, September the 16th. This is the best way, and basically the main source of income that I have gone up to 3 million coins, as well as the 89 overall team. You're going to see the heavyweight reroll cost 2,700 training, which is very little in terms of reroll sets with the 88 plus. And you're going to see the cards in the set. You have 3 88 overalls that go for 100k, and then you have Montez Sweat and Jack Conklin, which go for 165 and 170k respectively. That 149 Sweat seems to be a little bit of a snipe, but man, this is the best method to just straight make coins. There is basically no risk involved and so much to gain basically. Now the budget, I'd say for this, I would say you need 300 to 400k, just because in case you pull 3 or 4 straight L's, you don't necessarily, but even that, you'll only lose 50k. But you're gonna see, we're just gonna pull 2. I basically had training left over from the previous methods that I did. We're just gonna pull 2. You're gonna see we're gonna pull Spain in the first one, and then the second one we're gonna pull Jack Conklin. Now we've been buying training at 38 coins per training. that pack, basically each pack cost me 102,000 coins. So I spent 204,000 coins in total, and you're gonna see Spain I will be able to sell at 100,000 coins pretty consistently, and then Conklin as of right now is pretty high. Now the rising stars and the heavyweights, they're gonna fluctuate. Right now rising stars are low, heavyweights are high. These really are interchangeable. If rising stars go up, do rising stars in the same way. Heavyweights go down, don't do them. Heavyweights go up, rip heavyweights. You're gonna see Jack Conklin gonna listen for 165k. So you're gonna see in that 204,000 spent, I'm gonna get 90,000 from Spain, and I think the tax is, I'm not completely certain, 165, 155, 149,000 from Conklin. So we're gonna get back a total of 239,000 just right there. That took me 30 seconds to basically buy the training, buy the packs, and boom, we have 40k profit if those two cards if they will sell. 40,000 coins profit, and this is why this is the best method. It's really not even close. 2,700 for the training for the pack, a summary. Now per pack it's 102,000. You're gonna see the 3 L's, right? Williams, Spain, and Saffold. You can sell them for 100k at times. You can sell maybe each should three, and then might go up to 105 to 110. Now this is the current prices. You're gonna have to look at your prices. They're gonna be different each day. Now Conklin right now is 165. Sweat is 170. I didn't change the 80 overall. Sorry, I have an 80 overall at 90. Now that is basically a 40% chance, 2 and 5, to pull a Sweat and a Conklin. You just got to pull a Sweat and a Conklin 1 in every 5 packs, considering the max loss you can get for a pack is 12k, and the gain when you pull necessarily a W is about 50k. Of course, 10 times 5, 50k. So you just got to pull a Sweat or Conklin 1 in every 5 packs. And when I say these packs are juiced, my no money spent viewers have seen I've been ripping these or doing this method for about a week and a half. I do them when training, of course, is low, and the heavyweights are a good price, a good ratio. And man, I would say I pull more Sweat or Conklins than anybody. Honestly, I pull more Sweats than the other 4 cards in total. It's insane. I have made so much. I highly recommend to do this. But a disclaimer, okay? The heavyweights are probably, the heavyweights are not this upcoming Wildcard Wednesday, but the following. So you probably only have, I'd say, a week and a half maybe for this method to be really good, because there is going to be now, I think on 10, there will be 10 heavyweights in the pack in 2 weeks. So get at this method now. Currently to this, right now at this hour, it is highly profitable. You just saw I made 40k just pulling 2 packs, and I went 1 of 2. So you're gonna see that is the best heavyweight reroll, best reroll method, best method to make coins currently right now. Now I know this was a long video. If you want to see the exact method or investment I'm doing basically to the day, no money spent uploads every day. If you have any questions about any of these methods, I'm not gonna be able to answer every single one of them. You're going to have to do your own research in terms of what value training is at, what is the best time to sell heavyweights or whatever. Basically, just wait for them to be high in price. But don't be afraid to subscribe. I'm going to be probably posting a updated video of this every week on Thursday or Friday. Like the video and comment if you have any questions. And until next time, peace.